I asked you all for your wildest Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC predictions and theories, and boy did you guys deliver. Let's get right into it. I'm Zach from the Lumios Post, where we talk about all things Pokemon, and today we're going to be talking about your wildest Scarlet and Violet DLC predictions and theories. So first off, I asked on Twitter and YouTube, all of you, what you thought, and you all commented your crazy stuff, and that's what we'll be reviewing today, talking about my thoughts on them. Be sure to let me know in the comments below what you think of these, as well as if you missed my posts, be sure to just drop your theories here. I can always do another one, and also, whether I do another one or not, I'd love to see your guys' theories. So let's get right in with Aerodynamics says, not a theory, but my boy Jacques here is sus. I've seen a lot of people say that, so I don't really share this this feeling, but I see where it's coming from. You know, as the hexagon glasses, and Hassel even makes a point to say, like, when you're learning about the terrestrial phenomenon, he's like, oh, and you know what else is a hexagon? Jacques' glasses. So that, I guess, is suspicious, but I feel like Jacques himself isn't too suspicious. But I don't know, maybe I need to, like, retake his class or something. But yeah, I don't feel this way, but a lot of people do, so I could be the one missing the mark here for sure. Now we have from KuroBlitz96, they'll reveal that Rika once studied in Kitakami's Manzana Academy. Kubfu will be wild. Diancie is, so it'll be like, Diancie will be the Sword and Shield Keldeo, with Carbink being the Musketeer Footprints. Okay, so we're going to break these up one by one. Kubfu being wild, I could totally see that in Kitakami. We know that Kubfu came from a region that, like, had a bunch of mountains, and it does talk about how Kitakami is, like, settled under a mountain, and, you know, that would be really neat. I would love if they made, like, wild Kubfu a thing. Either way, I think that there'll probably be, like, a gift Kubfu you can get in DLC. I could totally see that. Diancie being Sword and Shield's Keldeo, with Carbink being the Musketeer Footprints. I 400% believe that Diancie and Carbink will have some kind of side quest in DLC. To me, it's suspicious that Carbink is a home transfer when, you know, it's not a legendary or anything. And you could say, well, it's connected to Diancie, but, I mean, they have Charizard in here, but not Blastoise and Venusaur. They have Arrokudas in the game, but not Cramorant. Toedscool is in the game, but not Tentacool. So I don't think that's necessarily a good case. I think that Carbink and Diancie will have some kind of role in DLC. I don't think it'll be Kalos before anybody goes there, but yeah. Then the 4 trainers of Blueberry Academy will be named after Spanish nomenclature of said fruit. I butchered that pronunciation, but that's, y'all set me up. So Aurora, Chandler, Elliot, and Myrtle. Well, you heard it here first. There's the names of the 4 people. If that becomes true, that's honestly really, really incredible. Then from Soul, or Alolan Soul, not to be confused with Soul Silver Art. This is Soul like the sun, not Soul like your soul. But my theory is that for Teal Mask, we'll be given a choice of one of 3 Pokemon, which will be pre-evolved forms of Okidogi, Pheasantipiti, and Munkidori. Kinda how we were given a choice between Squirtle and Bulbasaur in the Isle of Armor and Sword and Shield. And we'll start with Tarapagos Baby and Indigo Disc. I do think that Tarapagos Baby will be seen very early on in Indigo Disc. I even think there's a chance that it'll be seen Teal Mask, which I did a whole video on, if you want to check that out. But as for the first part, I actually think that we'll get all 3. Okidogi, Pheasantipiti, and Munkidori. If you look at the sign in the trailer for Teal Mask, the sign shows the hero chasing away Ogerpon with Pheasantipiti, Okidogi, and Munkidori. So I think that the plot will be to collect all 3 of them, go around collecting all 3 of them. Maybe there'll be like Titan battles or something. And that is how we will get Ogerpon. We'll, after be able to getting all of them, we'll be able to fight Ogerpon. That's what I think. But I could see, I guess, you know, you get one of them, and then the 2 new characters. I know one's name is Carmine, but I don't know about the other one. They will get the other 2. Maybe I could see that. I don't think they'll be pre-evolved, though. I feel like they will have revealed the pre-evolve stages and not these. But I'd love to be wrong, because it'd be cool to, like, just straight up get a new batch of starters. But I do think there's a chance of that for Blueberry Academy. Just saying. Then we have from Le Gitan Durel. I'm going to mispronounce all of these, by the way, so just bear with me on that. Kitakami is the new name of Sinja region. I could see that. I could really, really see that. So, I'm actually going to jump to another one and then talk about it because they say something very similar. This is from Jan. They said, Kitakami is somehow Hisui related, and you will find trainers with Hisuian Pokemon there. Blueberry Academy is, well, we'll move to that next. So yeah, I do think Kitakami will be Hisui related, and I do think you will find Hisuian Pokemon there, be able to, evolve, maybe Ursaring and Stantler there, all of that fun stuff. I think that'll 100% be the case with Kitakami, and the reason why is because I do think Kitakami is the new name of Senjo, or maybe even Senjo is a part of Kitakami. In a similar way to how the Isle of Armor is a part of Galar, right? The reason I think this is because Kitakami seems to be inspired by the Tohoku region of Japan, which is right under Hokkaido. The Senjo ruins are in between Johto and Sinnoh being Hokkaido. So it seems that Senjo is based off of Tohoku, but then also it seems like Kitakami is based off Tohoku. So I could see it being a thing of, like, Senjo is to Kitakami what Hisui is to Sinnoh. It's just the former name. And maybe even the reason it was called the Senjo Ruins is because they are ruins left behind from the Senjo people in Kitakami. So that would be cool, a really cool reveal if we saw the Senjo Ruins and we got the reveal that, like, we've been to Kitakami before, just one part of it. I don't know. I'm very excited to see if this plays out, because I do think this very well could be the case. Now, Jan continues with Blueberry Academy is somehow Unova related, and you'll meet relatives of Unova characters over there. That would be super cool. I do hope we get older characters return no matter where they're from. I think that was such a neat feature of Sun and Moon. Every time they do it, I'm just stoked about it. So I do hope they do that again, because I missed that in Sword and Shield, and I missed that in this game. Then there will be a new Ash Greninja-like Pokemon, the DLC, possibly debut in the anime. So I guess that's my question would be how specific this is. Like, what do you mean new Ash Greninja-like Pokemon? Like a brand new fusion form, or just a Pokemon that debuts in the anime that then appears in the games? Because I could see the second one. I'm not sure about fusion, but either way. Then we have from Tyler/Belly to North America International Championships. I feel like we may start seeing a Legends storyline crossover with the mainline games. I think the time warps in Legends Arceus have to do with Sada and Turo. Kitakami region has Legends written all over it, and the Blueberry Academy will have to do with future time travel. I could see that being the case. One's focused on the past, one's focused on the future. That makes a lot of sense. Again, I do think this will be tied to Hisui somehow, even if it's just by mention and just it being present-day Senjo. I do want to point out, too, that the writing we see used in Kitakami is the same writing we see used in Hisui, so just another point towards that. But yeah. Then we have from Jero's Hand. My wildest theory is the time machine was not created by the professor, but parts that humans can interface to manipulate it with were added by the professor to harness. In the DLC, after we finish part 2, we'll be able to return to this area and use it to create our own custom-made Pokemon. We do know that there's seemingly some kind of new PK Hex-like feature that will allow you to access and make new Pokemon in a way. We don't know the extent of this. We don't know why this is. But yeah, that'd be a good theory on how it's done. My second theory is in the DLC, Tarapagos is not the final boss, and there's a fourth legendary Pokemon that's attempting to create the ultimate life form using Tarapagos' power because it wants to inhabit that body and truly surpass its creator. That would be a nice twist if Tarapagos is the third legendary, but then there's a fourth legendary that you have to fight. That would be really cool. I really, really like that. From Yori, we have wild theories, huh? Then my theory is that the final boss is actually notorious orphan Morlul kicker Soul Silver Art. Or, the whole Tarapagos power is making imagination reality. Paradox Pokemon aren't really from the past or future kind of thing. Yeah, so Soul Silver Art, this is a long-running joke in the community. Soul Silver Art hates Morlul, and it's not even a joke, really. He just hates Morlul, and I just don't understand how you can hate that thing. But I'd love to defeat Soul Silver Art. So, get a team together. Let's battle sometime, man. But yeah, then we have the Tarapagos power imagination reality thing. I think there's a very decent chance that that could happen. So, keep your eyes peeled for that. Then, from Mendoxa Elemental, The first thing that comes to mind is Gita and Blueberry Academy are going to be the true evil team. I could totally see that. Blueberry Academy, is very technologically advanced, so I can see it somehow being tied to AI. And then I still think Gita's an AI. I 100% believe Gita's an AI. And yeah, I could see her being the true villain. Then, my wild theory, Baby Tarapagos is the key that fits inside a rock/crystal structure. When the key is inserted and it pops out of its small shell, Baby Ghost turns into Tarapagos' big form like we've already seen. In my opinion, the crystalline shell multiplies its power. So basically, Baby Tarapagos is an alternate version, is an alternate form of Tarapagos. Could see this being the case. I personally am leaning more on Baby Tarapagos being tied to it in a similar way to Carbink and Diancie or Manaphy and Fion. Okay, over on YouTube, we have Greninja Master said, what if AZ's ultimate weapon created Tarapagos? And he's got a whole explanation there that you can read. It's up on the screen. But I could see this being the case. You know, I could see it. Maybe it's even like a thing of the Baby Ghost was the original Tarapagos, and then it got like mutated by the ultimate weapon and accessed, became Tarapagos. I could see that. That would be really cool. Like the flooding of infinite energy made it become Tarapagos. That would be really neat. Then that Jacques maybe his grandson, this is from Deceptions. I think he'll have a significant part in the storyline. They mention his glasses being the same shape as Tarapagos' shell, which is odd. Yeah, I don't think he's evil, but yeah, I could see him being tied to the story in this way. Scarlet and Violet will actually run a decent frame rate. This is from Sane Matters. I actually do think there's a chance of this. To be completely honest, I think there's a chance of this. I think that they might, because they'll release an update with the DLC. When it comes out, they'll release an update that'll be available for all Scarlet and Violet players, not just the people who played DLC. And or who bought the DLC. This is to, make sure that, for one, the people who have bought the DLC can access the DLC, and for two, to make your game compatible with the Pokemon that are going to be added in DLC. So, I could see the reason this DLC was pushed back being because they wanted to perfect it, they wanted to perfect the frame rate and all that, and then, when it comes to us, we'll be able to unlock it, and it'll fix all of Paldea, as well as getting us a good Kitakami and a good Blueberry Academy. Even if this doesn't come until Blueberry Academy, I do really think this could be the case, but maybe I'm high on copium. Now we have from Caitlin Sowell, one, that Heath will finally show himself. Heath, are you a friend or a foe? I think he's a foe, and I do think we'll see him. Even though he's supposed to be dead, I think time shenanigans will allow him to be here. Two, Gita is not an AI, but an alien. That would be really cool. I am definitely leaning AI, but, if this was Gen 7, you even point out Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon confirmed aliens. If this was Gen 7, I'd 100% believe it, but I'm sticking to AI. For number 3, Tarapagos will replace Arceus as a ruler of the Pokemon multiverse. That'd be kind of cool. Like, Arceus is the universe, Tarapagos is the multiverse, and that'd be a cool explainer for paradoxes. I like that a lot. 4, you get Baby Tarapagos in Part 1 of the DLC as your new starter. Again, I do think it could appear in Part 1. I don't know if it'll be a starter, and I don't think it'll be that early. I think it'll be towards the end of Part 1. But yeah. Then 5, you meet Penny's parents alongside Nemona's parents, but you get slapped in the face with this. Melly is in modern times and is as insufferable as ever. If Melly's in this game, I'm not playing it. I'm done with Pokemon. I'm becoming a Bakugan YouTuber. That's a joke. I won't really do that. But hate Melly. I don't want Melly back. No. Then we have the meeting Penny's parents and Nemona's parents. I do think we'll meet Nemona's parents. Not sure about Penny, but I do think we'll meet Nemona's parents. I think they'll be tied to Blueberry Academy somehow. From Ace Shinigami, they have that they actually polished the game, fix that game-breaking glitch that corrupts your whole save file, meaning you have to reset. Yeah, I'm not happy with Pokemon right now. Again, I do think a polish for the game will be coming, and also, I think they fixed the game-breaking glitch. I think. I mean, I haven't heard of a report of it since the update we got in April. So, a new type of Pokemon, a brand new type. While I don't think there'll be a brand new type per se, I could see Tarapagos having the, no type, like the same type that Arcanine gets when it uses Burn Up. I could see that. Then from DJ Shiny Man, that the baby Tarapagos is in the Terror Orb. Did a whole theory on this. 100% believe this one. Great place to end it because that is 1000% true in my opinion. Now, again, be sure to let me know in the comments below what you thought of these theories, as well as let me know your own theories. If we get enough more, then sure, I'll do another one if you guys like this, and also, you know, I get enough more. And on that note, be sure to like this so that I know you like this. Be sure to also subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss our future videos. As we learn more about it, we're going to be covering a lot more into it. I'm so excited to get into this DLC, break down the lore, come up with some new theories with you guys, all that fun stuff. And until next time, I'll see all of you later.